beautiful beings of the universe. Hello. I just came out to this beautiful river, and guess what? The river taught me a beautiful message on muddy waters. So, when we want to find the clarity, the answers to the questions that we have, and the mind is like lots of waves, like lots of tides in the water, and it just does not let you think really quietly because what she does, what is Maya, she just wants her best to keep you occupied all the time because she thinks that that is what will give you the sense of security. But see, who you are is actually the observer, the witness. Who I am is actually just the I am, just my existence, just my being. So when I enter that state, then at that point there is no thought. And when there is no thought, there is no mind. You are just existing. And that is the primal state of joy. Just the very fact of being, just the presence, the existence. That is so beautiful. So I just dipped my feet in those waters, and that was so beautiful because you know why? Water is the great teacher. She tells that you just let the muddy water settle down. And when the mud in the water is settled down, you just feel at ease because then you can see clearly through the still waters what lies there ahead, what is actually there at the bottom of the river. But in a state where the water is turbulent and lots of thoughts are going on all the time, you do not get to see exactly what's happening. And there's so much of turbulence. Though that is the game of creation too, right? Because if the water was only still, there's going to be no joy in that. So what the river does, like the creator, she is very playful. She creates lots of ripples and waves and tides so that you can enjoy as well. Like for example, for a surfer, they want to have lots of tides in the water. They would not want to come on a day when the water is so still. But on the other hand, a mind full of anxiety wants to go to a calm and quiet lake or even to a monstrously waving river which is having lots of tides because in the presence of the huge massive existence of water body, you get to realize how small you are. Well, you get to know about how tiny we are as existence, and and you just sit and appreciate the beauty of the river. You just sit in silence and enjoy. I've been doing that for so long, and I realize it's not I who's doing that. Just the presence calls me to the water. And water, she's so inviting. She's the true master. The river and wind and earth and the five elements, fire, sun, and space. These are our five primal doctors. And if we are in sync with these five forces of nature, we do not need to go to any of the doctor because the doctors are just trying to cure the upper layers of issue that you have. They're just trying to numb your pain, but not truly go to the depth of it. Like, what is actually there that is causing the pain? Why are you running away from your own self? And that is the reason because how we are taught, and we live in a society where you're just all told to run around for money, for fame, for power. Because if you have a fear that if you truly do come down and settle down with your own self, with your own true nature, which is your heart space, which is beauty and love, you would be seen like a stupid, foolish person by the world. And then you might be in a fear that, oh, what if the gains that society gives me, if they are not doing that anymore? Basically, it's about money, right? So you are doing some work in service to others so that they can pay you back in return. And you go about living your life. But then you as a person get to draw the line. Where exactly is it that you truly want to totally given out yourself to the society and just run by the blind rules of them? Or do you want to also see to it like, no, it's bullshit, and you want to come to the center? You want to truly see what is it that you truly want? Probably you just want a peaceful life. Probably you just want to slow down and enjoy the beauty of nature. Probably you just want to have a true sense of being, and you do not want to hang around fake people who are just blabbering and talking nonsense. Shallow talks do not even entertain you anymore, you see. And if you see 99% of the conversation of people is only gossip, or they are trying to show off what they have, who they are, how much they have achieved. But there's no depth in that. A true depth is is the reason why Buddhas were there. See, why Buddha is eternal and everybody loves and goes to back to the godliness of Buddha is because of his presence. Is because of the teachings that he gave. It's because of the joy of living and the lessons that he taught. And none of that talks about the complexity, because again, like, we do understand it's the dance of nature. So you enjoy the simplicity, and then from simplicity you go to the complexity. But in a fast-paced world, we are told, like, no, everything just got to be fast. You've got to be doing this by this time, this time. So you're just running around in deadlines, which in turn is giving you a sense. Look at it like, why are you doing that? The reason is because you do not know the answers, and you just then accept, okay, whatever life throws at me, I'm going to go with it because I don't know. And well, just be honest about that and say, I don't know. That is the most beautiful thing that you can tell to the existence. I don't know, because you're here right now with forces beyond your awareness, beyond your idea, and you just don't know nothing. You don't even know why you were created. You don't even know why you are in such and such situation. Trace your life back to when you were a child. And as a child, did you have ever any sort of clue that at this point in time you would be here with such situation and such thoughts in your head? Like, don't you see, it's life that takes care of life itself. You don't have to go running about trying to make life serve you, because you are life and life just operates through you. And it's basically the lack of faith in life that we get so worried, thinking about, oh my gosh, I have to pay the bills and I have to do this and that. Oh, and what happens when I get old and die? When time comes, you will die, and we all will die. We are all born to die. The moment you are born, your death has started, because living and dying is at the same moment. But how we are taught is to only look at the bright side of life and not to look at the other side. That's absolutely false, because you know by now, through all the experiences that you had from your, if you think that, okay, society values youth, is that really true? Because look at your life when you were small, and that is the youthful years, right? Up till 18. But did you get truly the value till you were 18? As long as you're naive and you act a fool and you play a you just keep on nodding your head as yes, 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 whatever society tells you, you're going to have no problems at all. The moment you raise your vibration and you just see through the bullshit and see what the hell is going on, and you've got a problem to that, and you say, no, I don't want it this way. Now, you do not know what is the other way to it, but you know for sure this is not what I want. And who's there to tell you that? Your own consciousness, your own self, your own inner self. So you just want to see what is it that you don't want. And then what you want comes gradually through the settling down of the mud. So the situation comes in life wherein you get to see that uh, there are things that you want and things that you don't want. And also, look at your likes and dislikes. How did they emanate? You don't know, because you truly don't know nothing about why do you like a certain thing and why you don't like a certain thing. And as Buddha says that if you just come from the state of awareness, from witness, then you that's a state of neutrality. That's so much of a neutral state. And observing that, you get to see how the day turns to light. So the two states are actually a dance of life, from simple to complex, from day to night, from tasty foods to bland taste, from good to bad, from silence to sound. And all of these things, you just see, like how Miyamoto Musashi, the great Japanese warrior, sword fighter, he talks about. Like, to master 1,000 things, you need to start with any one thing and just watch through it. Just look at it really deeply. Because even in the most simplest thing, it's the same simple thing that is actually going to turn to complex later. So if you can see how the simplest things is gradually getting into complex state, That is where you can figure out how the day turns to light. It's in the observation of our daily living. And this is so essential because, like, even all the great masters, the enlightened Buddhas and saints have said, if you are just trying to figure out and try to sort all of the questions in the outer world, in the outer existence, and you might have thousands of questions, and you might make a list starting from one to two to three to thousands of questions, and you can just keep on going about that. But then, in turn, if you just look at your own problem, just one of the thing, or even something that you love doing, and you go from that state with a state of full awareness and put your light of awareness to that, you do get to see that, well, wow, this is how things are moving. And you get real close and you see, do you even know why are you doing a thing in a certain way? You don't know, because all you do is that the action happens through you. You're not the doer. You are not the doer. This is what the masters have said. And if we can stay with this realization, at least in the beginning, there is no realization. We start with the awareness from what the masters have told. And why do you go to the true masters is because you see that this is not the solution. And you want a solution. You want an answer. Strangely enough, there is no other external being that is going to give you the answer, but the answer lies within. And the external guru, the Buddhas of the outer world, are also the emanation of your own inner being. So, because they say what you seek is seeking you, that's what Rumi says. But internally, you know that all of the masters, the beautiful saints, and the beautiful Buddhas and enlightened masters like Ramana Maharishi, like Nisargadatta Maharaj, they all have told the same thing, that you just need to be in a state of presence, in a state of awareness. And you will see lots of unpleasant thoughts and energies and unpleasant situations come around, and you watch through that. You do not fight that and see, oh, I don't like it, let me just run away from that. You just watch through that. And even if you feel like you want to run away from that and you want to escape, well, do that too. Because at the moment when escapism runs in and you just want to press exit out of this simulation, you just want to get out of there, you do that, right? That's the reason why you come to nature, because she's so uplifting, she's so divine, she's so beautiful. There's beauty, there's not an ounce of fakeness into the beauty of nature, right? So no matter whatever be the thing, we all naturally want to gravitate towards the truth, because truth is beauty. So if we can just just be able to stay in this awareness and watch through that, I think that's utter sense of beauty. That is what we all want. Because what is the meaning of life? We just want some joy, lots of love, lots of peace, lots of bliss, right? That's what we want. And none of that is going to come through the power manipulation and faking things to the world and getting fake people around you. The opposite side of that is that you will be very lonely. You would be very much alone. But I think that's far better than to have a bunch of fake friends around you. It's so much better that you stay with your own self. Even though that might feel like, oh, this is just too much overwhelming for me, and I'm just feeling like so lost. It does not matter. Just keep going through. Because what is the other way? To fall down? To go back to fakeness? To go back to meaninglessness? Nah, we are not doing that. At least I'm never doing that. And I don't say that because of ego. I just say that from truth. Right? Because if you have the courage and if you have the guts to walk this path of truth, you would find the right people at the right time. Even be it business workers that you want to work with. What is your intention? What is it that you are trying to create? What is it that you truly want the money for? Why do you want so much of dollars, millions and billions? For what? Just to consume? Just to be a stupid person who has just lived through space and time and just kept on consuming mindlessly? Like, where does that even lead to? And don't you see, it's your overconsumption that gives so much of unpleasantness. You might just keep on consuming day and night, food, energy, water, lots of material goods, lots of material wealth, but you will see that it's very empty. And once you realize that, the only way out is the way in. So you sit with yourself, you just watch yourself. and just embrace silence. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.